quit, you gotta kill him. He won't quit. Even he was getting beat up every round, getting the shit kicked out of him by Larry Holmes. And it's a champ. No, come on, let me out. Come on out. They wouldn't stop. He would have to stay.
Iron Mike Tyson has lashed out at Bill Haney for bribing the referee against Ryan Garcia. Disappointment is an understatement for how Mike Tyson felt, and he surely wished that they all face the consequences of their actions, as they mustn't be allowed to destroy the sport.
Fight, right?
Yeah, great fight.
What do you think about the rematch possibly taking place again?
Definitely rematch. Definitely rematch.
What'd you make of Ryan's performance?
Great performance. Devin gonna have to get another day. It's not over for Devin. He'll be champ again.
Bill Haney has been on the receiving end of tons of criticisms and rebukes from boxing professionals and supporters in recent times. He seems quite used to trolls and jests, as he's a character that can hardly stay silent without some controversies and heated exchanges surrounding him.
Iron Mike, yes sir. Let us know. Thank you for coming.
Pleasure to be here. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Love you, man. But I gotta give you a hug. Good, bro.
Thank you.
You been eating bricks?
Yes. I'm gonna eat them today.
You look beautiful, bro.
Love you. I love you, Mike. You look good.
However, what he has facing him at the moment is beyond anything he's seen all through his son's career, since he has no career of his own.
That Ryan bestowed on him. I mean, you get a beat down like that. I think, personally, Ryan broke his jaw as well. But it's a beating that I don't think he can ever recover. So for that reason,
it's been more than just insults and trolls. It's been criticism at its very peak for Bill Haney, and it's come from none other than the baddest man on the planet. And honestly, he's deserving of all he's gotten so far, and even more, after the bribery situation between him and referee Harvey Dock. Even before the audio tape was leaked and the bribery was confirmed by Harvey Dock, countless boxing professionals have boldly made their claims about him.
There we go.
American mixed martial artist and one flyweight champion Demetrius Johnson was among that group as he revealed his frustration with the referee's actions in a reaction video shared to his Instagram, stating, "The thing that was very frustrating about this fight is that the referee kept Haney in that fight. I felt like Haney is hanging on to him, and then next thing you know, he does a double leg takedown, and then the ref is like, stop holding him. It's like, time, you stop holding, and you stop holding. Fight. It's like, dude, you just gave him like 15, 20 seconds of a rest. You stopped Ryan's momentum to finishing him." It was clear for all to see that if Devin Haney didn't have a referee that favored him, he would have lost the bout by a 7th round knockout and not by the scorecards. Ryan Garcia would have repeated what Gervonta Tank Davis had done to him last year, where he was given the first loss of his career in a 7th round knockout defeat as well, having suffered the damaging effects of a body shot to his rib. Also, a boxing fanatic, Stephen A. Smith, on seeing the performance of the referee, took to social media to express his discontent for the job done by referee Harvey Dock. In his statement, he said, "This referee is absolutely terrible. Ryan Garcia drips Haney. He's hurt as hell, holding on to Garcia for dear life, forcing Garcia to punch in the clinch. The ref pauses action to deduct points. No warning. Utter nonsense. Garcia drops Haney again twice, yet FDC calls both a slip. Unreal horrible officiating." However, no other comment would be as heated and violent as Henry Garcia's comments, who openly declared his hatred for Bill Haney. But before we check that out, the former undisputed champion Iron Mike Tyson wasn't impressed by the decision of Bill Haney to bribe the referee, and he shared his blunt criticism during a brief interview. Mike Tyson was one of the biggest stars of the boxing world at Barclays Center when Ryan Garcia defeated Devin Haney by majority decision. Notably, the former champion visited both Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney, encouraging them and wishing them the very best as they prepared for their bout. He surely saw the performance of both fighters and how Harvey Dock contributed to the outcome of the match. In the interview, he was asked what he felt about each fighter's performance, and he responded, "It was a great fight, a very great one. Ryan Garcia used his weight and punches to his advantage, and that was what gave him the win. Haney did his best too, but Ryan was more dominant in the rounds he controlled." The heaviest puncher doesn't always win the fight, but this time, that was what happened. And Devin Haney showed strength to hold till the end. Most boxers won't survive that. Also, he was asked who he had tipped for a win ahead of the fight, and he said, "I'd have picked Garcia, but he deceived the world with his games, so everyone thought he wasn't stable. But he deceived us all with his performance." He said that after the fight. Also, Mike Tyson was queried on what he felt about the performance of the referee, and his response truly proved Harvey Dock wasn't at his best. Yes, Haney benefited from the referee. On a good day, that match should have been stopped. But it wasn't just that, the ref really helped him. He wasn't just giving him a chance, but he was helping him in every way, helping him get up, helping him get off Garcia. The referee was actually more involved in that fight than he should. I watched it all. It was a knockout win, and everything changed because of the ref. Then, Mike Tyson was also asked if he knew about the leaked audio tape between Bill Haney and Ryan Garcia. And when he sounded a bit aware, Mike Tyson was asked what he felt about it. He responded, "Yes, I kind of heard it, but I felt it wasn't serious. But now that sounds stupid. Why would they do that? You only do that when you have no confidence in yourself. It makes no sense. I'm disappointed in Bill Haney for doing that. They should all be fired from boxing. They're ruining our sport and making it like the Olympics. If that's true, they should be punished. All of them. They'll be a lesson to others."
I think he was tripping. He should have stopped that fight.
He should have been stopped the first.
It was bad. He was really hurt. And I felt bad. I even looked at Bill. 11th round, 12th round. I said, "Hey, bro, you probably should stop this." But he didn't. And, that's it.
These were the words of Mike Tyson as he gave out a little time from his preparation for his huge return to the ring against Jake Paul on July 20th. After appearing in the ring in 2020 in an exhibition bout, Mike Tyson is going to be making the walk to the ring for real this time. Tyson's upcoming July bout against Jake Paul has been sanctioned not as an exhibition bout, but as a professional fight. Most Valuable Promotions confirmed Monday, marking the former heavyweight champion's first official fight since 2005. The fight will feature 8 two-minute rounds with 14-ounce gloves, will count for Tyson's sparkling 50-6 record, and will be contested at heavyweight. Mike Tyson and Jake Paul signed on to fight each other with the desire to do so in a sanctioned professional fight that would have a definitive outcome. Most Valuable Promotions co-founder Nakisa Badarian said in a press release, "Over the past 6 weeks, MVP has worked with its partners to satisfy the requirements of the Texas Department of Licensing and Regulations, TDLR, to sanction Paul versus Tyson, and we are grateful that we have reached this point. That this fight is sanctioned is noteworthy, since Tyson's last fight against Roy Jones Jr. in November 2020 did not secure sanctioned approval. It instead was labeled as an exhibition and had special rules. Some reports in the lead up to that fight declared that there would be no knockouts allowed and no winner was declared. Tyson, who will be 58 when he fights Paul, has been posting several social media videos and pictures of his extensive training for the bout, not just for fight promotion, but also likely as proof to Texas regulators that he is fit to battle the problem child. Tyson was the first heavyweight boxer to simultaneously hold the World Boxing Association, World Boxing Council, and International Boxing Federation titles in 1987, but his reign as unified champion came to a shock end in 1990 as he was beaten by Buster Douglas in one of the biggest upsets in boxing history. Although he briefly regained the World Boxing Association and World Boxing Council titles in 1996, he then suffered back-to-back defeats to Evander Holyfield, the second ending as Tyson was disqualified for biting part of Holyfield's ear off. Tyson's legal issues have included a rape conviction in 1992, for which he served 3 years of a 6-year prison sentence, and in 1999, he served a third of a 12-month sentence for a road rage assault. He got back into shape to play his part in an engaging draw with fellow former world champion Roy Jones Jr. in 2020. and his fight with Paul will take place in Arlington's AT&T Stadium, home of the NFL's Dallas Cowboys, which has a seating capacity of 80,000. While Tyson's running left much to be desired from social media critics, his combinations drew plenty of memories reminiscent of the past fury that blew past his competition in the 1980s and 1990s. Paul, meanwhile, beat Ryan Borland in his 10th professional fight in March. Paul has won 9 of his 10 fights, mostly against ex-UFC fighters, with his solitary defeat coming against British heavyweight boxer Tommy Fury in February 2023. The betting community has responded overwhelmingly positively to Tyson, making him nearly even money with Paul. Tyson also shockingly said he gave up weed and sex in the lead-up to the bout as he looks to stay focused on training. His publicist told USA Today that Tyson is not using weed since it is a banned substance according to the Texas Department of Licensing and Regulation, which oversees the state's combat sports. In a revealing exchange on the Jake Paul podcast, the younger Paul brother candidly admitted to feeling a tinge of apprehension witnessing Tyson's blistering pad work. "It's motivating," Paul confessed, acknowledging the fear that fuels his training regimen, heightening his competitive edge. However, Paul swiftly issued a challenge to Tyson, asserting that prowess on the mitts doesn't guarantee victory in the ring.
Babe, what do you think about me fighting Mike?
I think you're gonna win, but he's the competitor that is like the most scary to me.
Yeah, he is.
What if he knocks you out? Like, is that your last fight?
With unwavering confidence, he vowed to meet Tyson head-on, dismissing the notion that his intimidating training regimen would deter him. "But Mike, looking good on the mitts is not even half the battle," he added. "You have to face me in the ring." I think he's seeing these videos of how good he looks on the mitts, and he's getting turned up and his confidence is probably growing. However, in Mike Tyson's comments about the Haneys and their alleged bribery of the referee Harvey Dock, the baddest man on the planet compared such bribery and corruption to the Olympics. And really, the Olympics became truly that dirty until the 2022 Tokyo Olympics, where some measures were taken to clean up the mess. Boxing bouts for medals at the 2016 Olympics were fixed by complicit and compliant referees and judges. This claim was from an investigation report after several investigations were conducted to unravel countless mysteries. Investigator Richard McLaren was appointed by the International Boxing Association, known as AIBA, and found AIBA officials selected referees and judges to ensure that bouts could be manipulated in Olympic qualifying and at the Rio de Janeiro Games. He also found signs the 2012 Olympics in London were affected. "Key personnel decided that the rules did not apply to them," said McLaren, who added there was a culture of fear, intimidation, and obedience in the ranks of the referees and judges. There wasn't a final figure on how many fights could have been affected. The investigation identified in the vicinity of 11, perhaps less, and that's counting the ones that we know were manipulated, problem bouts or suspicious bouts, including fights for medals, McLaren said. Boxing refs, judges barred after 2016 Olympics won't work 2020 games, as these were some of the keen measures to wipe out corruption from the competition. Senior AIBA officials used their power to select referees and judges and turned the commission, which was supposed to ensure they were assigned fairly, into a mere rubber stamp, McLaren said. This informal structure allowed complicit and compliant referees and judges to be assigned to specific bouts to ensure the manipulation of outcomes, he said. The referees and judges who were selected generally knew what was going on or else were incompetent and willing to ignore signs of manipulation, and qualifying events for the Rio Olympics were used to filter out honest referees and judges, McLaren alleged. Referees and judges were told who should win a bout in the morning before a day of fights at the Olympics, including in a lounge area protected from prying eyes, McLaren said. He wasn't able to identify who was ultimately responsible for running the match-fixing scheme and selecting winners.
Nathan's, they're known for being cheats, and they'll always be cheats. Amateur boxing stinks from the core right there.
During the 2016 Olympics, there was a spotlight on judging after a contentious fight between Ireland's Michael Conlan and Russian Vladimir Nikitin. After the judges awarded the fight to Nikitin, Conlan showed them his middle fingers and accused Russia and AIBA of corruption. McLaren's report didn't offer a verdict on whether the result of that fight was fixed. However, McLaren's report includes witness testimony of discussions at the 2016 Olympics over a bribe of up to $250 for a Mongolian boxer to beat a fighter from France in a semi-final bout. The witness alleged a man from Kazakhstan, working as a referee and judge, asked for the money in exchange for fixing the fight in Mongolia's favor.
Get smart, would say. The old headgear move. Good shots there. Hurting Alto-Hamadon.
No bribe was paid, and the Mongolian boxer lost with very unusual scoring, which was identical on all 5 judges' scorecards, the report stated. The London Olympics in 2012 may have been manipulated too. The report stated then, AIBA President C.K. Wu instructed Executive Director Ho Kim to ensure Turkish fighters qualified for the London Games because their country hosted an expensive qualifying competition, citing evidence from Kim. Wu also allegedly urged officials that Azerbaijan should not win gold medals in boxing at the 2012 Olympics. This was after the BBC broadcast a documentary suggesting Azerbaijan's medal hopes might benefit from a recent loan to AIBA from an Azerbaijani company. Azerbaijan won only 2 bronze medals in boxing in London. AIBA has been led by Russian businessman Umar Kremlev since December and said it has reformed how bouts are judged since 2016 when ex-President Wu was in charge. Wu was a member of the International Olympic Committee until stepping down last year. AIBA hired Professor McLaren because we have nothing to hide, Kremlev said in a statement. We will work to incorporate any helpful recommendations that are made. We will also take legal advice with regard to what action is possible against those found to have participated in any manipulation. There should be no place in the AIBA family for anyone who has fixed a fight. None of the referees or judges from 2016 were in their posts for this year's Olympics in Tokyo after being suspended by AIBA. This year's Olympic tournaments were organized not by AIBA, but directly by the IOC, which remains unhappy with how AIBA is run. The IOC said this month it has deepest concerns about AIBA, and that it received complaints about refereeing and judging at 2 major AIBA events this year, the Asian Championships and World Youth Championships. The guilty and corrupt officials were mainly banned from the following Olympics, and with such punishment for them, the consequences of the corrupt action by Bill Haney and Harvey Dock might be very dire, having committed a similar offense as the Olympic officials. Well, Bill Haney isn't having any of those claims, as he has twisted the whole situation and even accused Ryan Garcia of cheating, ignoring the bribery allegations levied against him. With a week's worth of consideration, Bill Haney, Devin Haney's father and trainer, said his ultimate regret is not enforcing the 3 pounds that Ryan Garcia came in overweight before dealing Haney his first loss April 20th.
TikToker or influencer or whatever because he fooled you guys into thinking that he was crazy. I knew that he wasn't crazy, and more.
That's calculated. That's cheating, the elder Haney told a news source on Monday in an extended telephone interview, during which he also said that he and his son have yet to formally discuss their future plans. Bill Haney, who additionally serves as his son's manager, was empowered to have his son withdraw from the bout because Garcia weighed in 3.2 pounds over the junior welterweight limit of 140 pounds on the day before the planned WBC title bout. Instead, Devin Haney accepted the bout and posted on his ex social media account on April 19th that Garcia made good on his news conference bet to pay Haney $500,000 for each pound he was overweight, a total of $1.5 million. By missing weight, Garcia was not eligible to win his first major belt, and Haney, who did weigh in at 140, ensured he would not lose it regardless of the outcome. Additionally, Haney received purse money for the bout that neither he nor Garcia would have collected if the bout, which drew more than 14,000 fans to Brooklyn's Barclays Center, had been scrapped. Bill Haney told Boxing Scene that he and his son know from their Muslim teachings that life is not about regrets, Allah's the perfect planner. So the bout playing out as it did was a chance to see what Devin was made of. The elder Haney agreed with analysts such as Hall of Fame boxer and former 140-pound title holder Timothy Bradley Jr. of ProBox TV that Garcia had a distinct advantage by leaving Haney to drain himself fully in making 140 pounds. It's a victory within itself. Bill Haney said. "We went against everything that's wrong with boxing. Devin followed the rules, got knocked down, got up again and again, and fought like the champion he still is. He proved he was a warrior, and now life goes on." As for Garcia, who has been on a victory tour that has included dating in Miami, meeting Colorado football coach Deion Sanders, and former President Donald Trump, Bill Haney said, "It's a bad move when you're trying to be a professional, to come in more than 3 pounds overweight for a title fight. Garcia and his team did what they did, and they'll be known for that, just like Devin will be known for what he is, a true professional. But there's no crying in this sport, so let's continue on our path to be on the Mount Rushmore of boxing." In reflecting upon the fight itself, Bill Haney said he has not yet reviewed a full replay of the fight to dissect every detail and fully answer criticism that has questioned why Devin Haney wasn't prepared for Garcia's lethal left hook. Initially getting hit with it, I don't think Devin recovered. Getting caught early was a recipe for disaster, Bill Haney said. The left hand, we had a plan for it because it's Ryan's money punch, Bill Haney said. The loss has raised speculation about whether Devin Haney might be better served to retain another head trainer, and Bill Haney said that choice is his son's.
And more importantly, being the best fighter, or being the second best fighter, the third best fighter, you can work to get there.
We are lifetime partners, and boxing is something we do as our profession, Bill Haney said. I never make assumptions on the future. I show up for work when he calls me. It's only been a week. I hope Devin can take this time and be a 25-year-old who's just coming out of a world-stopping event to observe the 30 days of Ramadan he's missed. He'll come out of that in a good space, and whatever decision he makes, I'm sure it will be the best decision of his life. This is his decision and his decision only. And that's that about Mike Tyson's thoughts. What are your own thoughts about the leaked audio tape involving Bill Haney and Harvey Dock? Let's know your thoughts in the comment section. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Until next time, peace out